YouTube viewers, my name is Kiss, and welcome back to KTV Network's tutorial. I'm reacting to Disturbing Enemy Lore Resident Evil 6, and this is a run I really want to know about. I'm very interested in Helena's sister and Carla, because that was an interesting development. Like, even in this thumbnail, it looks like Carla. Like, whoever edited this did a really good job. Like, it looks like Carla pretending to be Ada. You know, I really want to know more in depth about this. Shout out to who requested this, and let's watch. Pause. And this is by Evil Blitz.
That push the boundaries of terror in the Resident Evil universe. In the world of Resident Evil 6, prepare to encounter many terrifying creatures that push the boundaries of terror in the Resident Evil universe. From grotesque human mutations to relentless bioengineered monstrosities, these enemies will send shivers down your spine and keep you on the edge of your seat. Get ready to delve into the disturbing lore behind each nightmarish adversary as we explore the twisted world of Resident Evil 6. In Resident Evil 6's harrowing world, a new breed of terror emerges, the Havo. These creatures are mutated soldiers, created by injecting the C-virus into their bloodstream, making them stand apart from the mindless zombies of previous installments. Unlike their shambling counterparts, the Havo retains their intelligence, allowing them to wield weapons, strategize, and communicate effectively. The term Havo derives from the Siberian word for devil. It aptly captures their menacing nature and the infernal transformation they undergo. Havo results from a primary strain of the C-virus coursing through their veins. Unlike the zombies who inhale C-virus fumes, Havo undergoes direct injection. Remarkably, Havo retains its higher brain functions even after the infection. Its cognitive abilities persist, enabling it to coordinate attacks and communicate verbally. On the surface, Havo appears human, but closer inspection reveals significant differences. They often have multiple eyes scattered asymmetrically across their faces and foreheads. These eyes vary in size and color, ranging from off-white to darker shades. The emergence of new eyes causes facial damage and bleeding. Additionally, Havo possesses incredible physical power. With one hand, they can lift an adult human off the ground. Their regenerative abilities allow them to survive injuries that would cripple ordinary humans. One Havo even survived having its entire upper skull blown off, regenerating and resuming the fight against BSAA agents. The strain of C-virus responsible for widespread terror attacks in 2012 and 2013 robbed infected individuals of free will, making them intensely loyal to Carla Radames, the mastermind behind Neo Umbrella. Havo's combat skills remain intact post-infection. Soldiers and militia fighters maintain their proficiency to Carla Radames, infected individuals of free will, making them intensely loyal to Carla Radames, the mastermind behind Neo Umbrella. Havo's combat skills remain intact post-infection. Soldiers and militia fighters maintain their proficiency, making them formidable adversaries. Unlike automatic mutations and other strains, Neo Umbrella's Havo soldiers can intentionally trigger mutations. These transformations enhance their resilience and adaptability. Additionally, Havo's body temperature runs hotter than that of humans. They can endure injuries that would hinder others, demonstrating remarkable pain tolerance. Their tragic existence mirrors that of the Magini, once ordinary people whose lives were irrevocably altered by forces beyond their comprehension. The Chrysalid, a formidable enemy in Resident Evil 6, stands out due to its unique characteristics. These grotesque creatures, born from the malevolent C-virus, are not mindless zombies. They retain their intelligence, making them even more challenging to defeat. Understanding their nature is crucial for survival in the game. After a Havo is defeated, it occasionally undergoes a metamorphosis, encasing itself in a hard cocoon. Within this Chrysalid, profound changes occur. The creatures that emerge from the Chrysalid are known as complete mutations. Their appearance can vary widely, reflecting the unpredictable and chaotic nature of the C-virus. This unpredictability adds an element of surprise to the game. The Chrysalid's cocoon boasts remarkable resilience. Destroying it before hatching requires substantial firepower. Some Chrysalids resemble reptiles or amphibians, their bodies twisted and mutated. While cocoon formation takes time, the exact duration remains a mystery. The C-virus reshapes the host into something more sinister within this enigmatic process. A Havo who enters the cocoon state may transform into one of several high-level mutations. Strelat, a formidable adversary with unique abilities. Napad, a fearsome creature capable of devastating attacks. Neset, a twisted form that defies explanation. And Nesdo, a rare mutation shrouded in mystery. In the relentless battle against Neo Umbrella, the Chrysalids serve as living experiments and lethal weapons. The Strelat, emerging from the infected hordes of Resident Evil 6, stands out as a chilling abomination. Born from the twisted womb of the C-virus, these creatures defy the norms set by their zombie predecessors. The Strelat resembles a lizard in both appearance and movement. It slithers and crawls with reptilian grace, its elongated form adapted for stealthy traversing. Strelats typically emerge after Havo undergoes a metamorphosis into a chrysalid cocoon. Their existence is a testament to the C-virus's insidious influence. They unleash needle-like spines from the fins around their necks, seeking out unsuspecting victims. Taking cover from the Strelat's spine is possible, but their agility makes sniping challenging until they momentarily pause to fire. While melee attacks are affected, you must proceed with caution, as the Stralat will vomit acid if you get too close. Quick shots leave them vulnerable to melee strikes, but a well-placed shotgun blast can often bring them down. Engaging from a distance with an automatic rifle provides safety while dodging their spines. Each defeated Stralat drops 1,000 skill points, a valuable resource for enhancing your abilities. Their lizard-like menace echoes the tragedy of the Majini, a reminder that forces beyond comprehension can irrevocably alter ordinary lives. The Misat are eerie beings, defying the established norms of their zombie predecessors, and exist within a shroud of mystery. This creature is a rare BOW with a bird-like appearance. Its name is derived from the Siberian word Misek, which means moon. Like many other human mutants, Misets are byproducts of Dr. Carla Radame's C-virus research. The goal was to transform humans into BOWs, and the Miset exemplifies this twisted experimentation. Misets prefer to attack from above. They fly around their prey, seeking the perfect moment to strike. Their primary method of attack involves grasping victims and dropping them from high heights. This tactic catches victims off guard and inflicts significant damage. Due to their agility, Misets are challenging targets. They evade gunfire by flying erratically, unless they make a direct attack run or land to strike. Defeating a Miset yields a moderate skill point reward. Swift and accurate gunfire is essential when a Miset swoops in for an attack. You can't defend against their surprise attacks from above, so shooting them down before they get to you is essential.
Okay,
These bird-like creatures are a spooky reminder that regular lives can be changed by things we don't understand. In Resident Evil 6's diverse enemy roster lies a formidable creature called the Napad. These super tough BOWs seem like they can't be beaten, and their attack style scares anyone who faces them. The Napad results from a high-level mutation triggered by exposure to the C-virus. Its name is derived from the Siberian word for assault. Napads are created by fusing multiple C-virus infected corpses. Their grotesque appearance reflects this Maccabee origin. These creatures possess a hard, protective epidermis and dense, resilient musculature. Napads charge at their targets with relentless determination. Their sheer force can knock down even the most prepared combatants. In close quarters, they deliver potent punches that can incapacitate or kill. Evading their blows is crucial. Their resilience often gives the impression of indestructibility, making them formidable adversaries. Chris Redfield and Piers Nivens face Napads while in Adonia City Hall. Ada encounters Napads in the Tall Oaks Cathedral Lab area, where they hatch from crystalids.
not the
Leon Kennedy
Napad,
and
but
Helena Harper previously
she has that chainsaw thing.
encountered these crystalids, but they did not hatch. In the relentless battle against Neo Umbrella, the Napads serve as living experiments and lethal instruments. The Nesdo are a unique bioorganic weapon that looks like a swarm of insects in a human shape, but their natural form is a giant bee-like insect. The Nesdo manifests as a swarm of insects, their collective movement resembling that of a humanoid figure. Under this deceptive guise lies a Queen Nesdo, which orchestrates the swarm's actions. Like other BOWs, the Nesdo is a product of the C-virus, a malevolent creation that reshapes life into monstrous forms. The Nesdo attacks by swarming its prey. It hides within the swarm, making it difficult to target directly. To defeat the Nesdo, one must focus on dispersing the swarm. Once the swarm suffers enough damage, the Queen then emerges. Snapshots can reveal the Queen, but sometimes characters mistakenly aim at the swarm. Precision is crucial. Successfully eliminating the Nesdo yields a skill point reward. Lepotisa emerges as a foul beast unleashed in Tall Oaks during the outbreak, and is encountered by Leon and Helena in Resident Evil 6. Later, they encounter another Lepotisa on an airplane in China. This creature is a complete mutation of a C-virus host, utilized by Neo Umbrella as a BOW. It can emit a purple toxin that infects anyone immediately upon exposure. This airborne toxin is a version of the C-virus, turning victims into zombies if they succumb to its potency. Like a crystallid, the Lepotisa transforms, with numerous pores emitting the deadly gas. When weakened, this creature reveals a strategic vulnerability in combat, with a worm-like creature emerging from its head. Targeting this tiny creature with precision significantly damages it, providing players with a tactical advantage. Utilizing a remote mine or frag grenade is the most effective strategy for defeating this creature. This strategic move causes the creature to kneel, creating an opportunity for a swift coup de grace that instantly kills it. In the sinister realm of Resident Evil 6, a creature known as the Illusia exists. Unlike any other in the series, this formidable adversary captivates with its unique and chilling presence, leaving a lasting impression on those who dare to face it. The Illusia results from a high-level mutation brought on by exposure to the C-virus. Its name is derived from the Siberian word for phantom. This creature resembles a monstrously large snake, its elongated body allowing it to move with deceptive grace. One of the most spine-chilling aspects of this creature is its uncanny ability to blend into its surroundings, making it a master of camouflage. This, coupled with its preference for stealth over brute force, makes it a formidable predator. It slithers silently, bidding its time for the perfect moment to strike, heightening the suspense and thrill of any encounter. When it attacks, the creature delivers a nasty bite, incapacitating victims with its toxin and leaving them vulnerable. Engaging in this creature requires caution, as its agility and venomous bite make it a lethal adversary. Chris and Piers encounter this creature during the Lanshang incident. It proves to be a worthy adversary, wiping out most of their BSAA squad. Rasclapane, a victim of the C-Virus, is an extreme mutation in Resident Evil 6. Its
Oh, I
name is
hated
derived
that
from the
thing.
Siberian word for dismantle.
I
Its appearance
hated that
resembles
thing.
that of a grotesque
Dismantle is
sponge, with a
right.
soft white exoskeleton
And it will
enveloping
keep
its body.
moving.
Its ability to detach parts of its body and send them after its victims sets it apart. These detached body parts seem to have a mind of their own as they search and attack, but once they return to the main
Even the
body,
bottom
they all
half will
work as
kick your
one. Ada
ass.
Wong encountered these creatures in an abandoned aircraft carriers off the shores of Tachi during the Bioterror incident. These creatures stalked her as she searched for passcodes to unlock security doors. Chris and Piers also encountered the same group of creatures on the same aircraft carrier, with these relentless
What comes
foes
out of their
chasing them throughout the
mouth?
ship. Additionally, Leon and Helena faced these creatures within a meat market in Lane
Oh
Shang,
yeah, I
where it
remember that.
demonstrated its regeneration ability by quickly
Leon can die
reassembling
right
its
there.
limbs. A memo from a Neo Umbrella researcher sheds light on the irregular mutation observed in some subjects. The resulting creature, the Rasclapane, is noted for its ability to separate parts of its body and send them after its victims. While much is still to be learned about this mutation, it is a potentially effective weapon. The Oko are creatures spawned from an organ on the back of the Ustanok, another fearsome BOW in Resident Evil 6. Although they appear insect-like, their erratic flight patterns more closely resemble those of bats. They share a symbiotic relationship with the Ustanok, acting as its eyes, scouting for prey, and alerting the visually impaired Ustanok to disturbances. Ironically, the Oko have no eyes of their own. Instead, they rely on ultrasonic waves to track their prey. When they detect a target, they emit a flash and flap their wings to emit ultrasonic waves that only the Ustanok can detect. Their bodies feature several glowing tumors, which turn red when they sense danger nearby. They emit a piercing shriek akin to a siren. In gameplay, shooting the Oko is not recommended, as the sound will draw the attention of the Ustanok. Instead, players must rely on stealth and timing, waiting for an opening and approaching from behind, while its light is turned away from a contextual attack. Interestingly, running does not alert the Oko to your presence. However, if players choose to shoot them, using a powerful weapon like an elephant killer or a sniper rifle ensures a one-shot kill. The Obisto is a fierce humanoid bioorganic weapon that's different
Ooh, I
from
hated
anything else
this
in the
bastard.
series. The Obisto is a product of high-level mutation brought on by exposure to the C-Virus. Its primary weapon is a bone chainsaw, making it a formidable adversary in combat. Fast-firing, high-powered weapons, stacked with firepower level 3, are essential for survival against this lethal foe. Interestingly, the right arm with a chainsaw seems to be its weak spot, serving as its heart. In combat, only Jake and Sherry must execute a melee finisher on this creature the first time they encounter it. For subsequent encounters, other characters like Ada must stack bullet damage on the creature to kill it. Ustanok is a very challenging enemy and is unlike any other encountered in Resident Evil 6. Its name derived from the Siberian word. Interestingly, the right arm with a chainsaw seems to be its weak spot, serving as its heart. In combat, only Jake and Sherry must execute a melee finisher on this creature the first time they encounter it. For subsequent encounters, other characters like Ada must stack bullet damage on the creature to kill it. Ustanok is a very challenging enemy and is unlike any other encountered in Resident Evil 6. Its name derived from the Siberian word for revolution. The Ustanok is a human-based BOW, developed by Neo Umbrella. It played a crucial role in their pursuit of Jake Mueller, who was vital in creating the enhanced C-Virus. Its origins trace back to a former employee of Dr. Carla Radames, who willingly embraced infection in a bid for power, despite her frail body. However, the Ustanok's mutation process wasn't flawless, as it lost its right arm, which failed to regenerate. In appearance, the Ustanok is a giant, clawed-armed pursuer who relentlessly chases Jake Mueller and Sherry Birkin. Its massive claw arm is a deadly weapon, making escaping a daunting task for its targets. Interestingly, the Ustanok formed a strong emotional bond with its creator, Carla Radames, viewing her as a goddess who granted it the desired power. Encounters with Ustanok are fraught with danger. In Edonia, it first appeared, decimating a squad of Havo and relentlessly pursuing Jake and Sherry. Later in Lane Shang, the pursuit continued as the Ustanok cornered its targets in an abandoned warehouse, leaving them with little room to escape. Chaos is a massive human-based BOW created with the C-Virus that played a pivotal role in Neo Umbrella's sinister plans. The Chaos Project was Neo Umbrella's ultimate bioweapon, developed by Carla Radames. It required an entire underwater facility to support the creature.
It didn't do much, but it killed Pierce, I think.
Once its creation was complete. Carla planned to unleash Chaos and spread the C-Virus infection across the entire world. The creature would disperse the virus in a gas form, similar to the Lepotisa but with a higher concentration. In case Carla was killed before Chaos was complete, Neo Umbrella devised a contingency plan, which was Plan D. The creature would be released regardless of its development stage, aiming to spread the virus globally before its imperfections took effect. Chris Redfield and Piers encountered Chaos in an underwater facility off the Chinese coast. The colossal crystallid containing Chaos hatched while they were attempting to evacuate. Chaos relentlessly pursued Chris and Piers, cornering them in various chambers. The BSAA agents rendered it unconscious with heavy weaponry, but Chaos survived and continued its pursuit. Chris and Piers destroyed Chaos's heart in a final desperate battle, seemingly killing it. However, the creature's incredible resilience allowed it to survive. In the dark world of Resident Evil 6, a figure known as Carla Radames emerges. This virologist is the mastermind behind the deadly C-Virus and a central villain in the game. Carla was a brilliant researcher working for Derek C. Simmons. She played a pivotal role in the discovery and creation of the C-Virus. Her prodigious beginnings saw her earn a doctorate at the age of 15, catching the attention of the Simmons Foundation, a front for the family's bioweapons research project. Work began on the C-Virus project in 2001. With Simmons' assistance, Carla obtained samples of the T. veronica virus and the G-Virus, which she utilized to advance the C-Virus. However, Carla's life took a dark turn. She suffered irreversible trauma after being subjected to experiments against her will. In response, she embezzled funds and formed the paramilitary death cult Neo Umbrella, seeking revenge in the fulfillment of her twisted goals. Under her leadership, acts of terrorism and mass murder were orchestrated using the C-Virus in 2012 and 2013, with the ultimate aim of plunging the world into chaos.
Why?
Carla's pursuit of global destruction
I want to know
reached its
why.
climax with
What
the
was the
creation of
reason
Chaos Doomsday
for
weapon.
turning
However,
her into
Ada Wong
Ada?
thwarted her plans during final preparations for its deployment in China.
I mean, I know
Ada's intervention
Simmons
led to a
was
dramatic
obsessed,
showdown,
but
culminating in Carla's demise and the destruction of Chaos. With her death, Neo Umbrella ceased to exist, leaving behind a legacy of terror and tragedy. In Resident
that
Evil
wasn't
6, the
enough.
long-awaited return of
You went into depth with all these other dumbass demons, and you just skid past Ada, Carla. Really?
zombies finally occurs. These undead creatures, reminiscent of previous entries, resurface due to the C-Virus. The zombies found in Resident Evil 6 come in various forms: civilians, police, firefighters, BSAA agents, soldiers, and even old corpses. They all result from the C-Virus infection, transforming them into relentless foes quickly dispatched by body damage, particularly vulnerable to headshots. In combat, the most effective method to dealing with zombies is the destruction of the head. A well-placed shot to the head can neutralize them, making headshots a crucial tactic for survival. Additionally, incendiary grenades prove effective due to the zombies' inflammable bodily substances, making them handy for killing masses of zombies. Standard firearms also work, but may require more ammunition to dispatch the undead. Unique variants of zombies add to the challenge. Some zombies have glowing red eyes and a chance of turning into bloodshots, presenting an even more significant threat. Others can eject a caustic concentration of C-Virus loaded spit, turning them into spitters, which require extra caution and strategic planning to defeat. The Bloodshot emerges as a terrifying humanoid creature born from the twisted effects of the gaseous C-Virus. These grotesque beings are a haunting reminder of the virus's destructive capabilities. The Bloodshot is not just your typical zombie. It's a mutation triggered by severe damage inflicted by the C-Virus. Think of it as the C-Virus's response to being hurt, similar to how an average zombie can transform into a Bloodshot if shot in the head. Their appearance is genuinely horrifying, as if a human has been turned inside out, with their flesh peeled away to reveal pulsating raw tissue. In battle, Bloodshots are adamant opponents. They're almost invincible until you stun them and expose their weak spot, a red chest area. Once you destroy this weak spot, they finally meet their end, but not without leaving behind a valuable skill point reward. Encounters with Bloodshots are nerve-wracking experiences, especially during the Tall Oaks incident. Leon, Helena, and Ada face these jumping zombies, relentless in their pursuit. Seeing their pulsating red chests added to the tension, signaling vulnerability and danger. In the ongoing fight against Neo Umbrella, Bloodshots serve as living experiments and deadly adversaries. Their gruesome appearance serves as a grim reminder of the horrors unleashed by the C-Virus. The Shrieker is a mutated form of a typical C-Virus spawn zombie, exhibiting the same dead gray flesh as other zombies. However, its most notable feature is a sizable tumor-like growth on its chest, pulsating and glowing a bright red orange color. This growth serves as a focal point for its unsetting ability.
I will shoot it
One such
immediately.
ability is its piercing scream, which disorients its prey and attracts
And you
other
have to wait
C-Virus
for that
zombies
thing,
to its location.
that
This
gauge
unique
to
trait
fill
makes
back
the
up.
Shrieker a formidable adversary in the relentless battle against Neo Umbrella. In its latest incarnation, the Shrieker defies conventional limitations, boasting remarkable mobility that allows it to traverse its environment with unprecedented agility. Whether stalking its prey briskly or sprinting with alarming speed, this abomination's unhindered movement poses a formidable challenge
Don't let
to
it
even
get
the
too
most
close.
seasoned survivors. The grotesque mutation of its vocal cords grants the Shrieker a sinister advantage. This piercing cry acts as a siren call to the other C-Virus infected beings, compelling them to converge upon the source of the racket. This uncanny ability to summon and coordinate hordes of zombies amplifies its threat exponentially, turning every encounter into a desperate struggle for survival. Yet, for all of its formidable capabilities, the Shrieker harbors a critical vulnerability, a delicate throat sac that, when destroyed, disrupts a deafening shriek, unleashing a devastating higher-pitched sound wave. This auditory assault wreaks havoc on the brains of nearby zombies, effectively burning out the neural pathways responsible for processing auditory cues. Skilled survivors quickly learn to exploit this weakness, turning the tide of battle in their favor through strategic strikes aimed at the Shrieker's vulnerable throat. Encountered amidst the chaos and dangerous streets of Tall Oaks, the Shrieker emerges as a relentless adversary in the ongoing struggle against Neo Umbrella. Its eerie presence serves as a stark testament to the insidious nature of forces beyond human comprehension, capable of twisting ordinary individuals into nightmarish entities that haunt the remnants of civilization. The Whopper emerges as a more considerable variation of a standard zombie. These formidable foes stand out due to their imposing size and unique characteristics. The Whopper is a product of the C-Virus, likely resulting from a gas infection. These zombies are notably more significant than their counterparts, making them more imposing on the battlefield.
Do you guys think he was fat before the C virus?
They are encountered in various locations, including the Tall Oak subway station and
The
Forest
fact that
Cemetery
they call him a
catacombs. Ada
Whopper,
also
they
faces
ain't
two
shit.
more on top of the Quad Tower in Lanshang. Whoppers exhibit remarkable durability in combat, absorbing significant punishment before going down. However, they can be stunned by targeting their calves or thighs, allowing survivors to exploit their weaknesses. Effective weapons such as rifles or shotguns are recommended to deal with these formidable foes. The Whopper Supreme, a rare and larger iteration, looms ominously over survivors, amplifying the threat they face. Its imposing size and unparalleled resilience are haunting reminders of the tragedy of the Majini, illustrating how incomprehensible forces.
Hey, yo, I think that's what I'm gonna call myself every time I gain weight. Like, in increments. Like, you know, I gain pounds, oh, I'm a Whopper. 10 pounds, I'm a Whopper Supreme.
Can irreversibly alter ordinary lives. In Resident Evil 6, the zombie dog's comeback brings even more fear to players. These dogs, infected with a nasty strain of the C virus, are super aggressive and attack like crazy, just like rabid animals. No longer referred to as Cerberi, these dogs are simply victims of the C virus infection. Their behavior is characterized by primal aggression, as they lunge at their targets with unchecked fury. Nimble and quick, zombie dogs present a significant challenge, especially in close quarters combat. When facing zombie dogs, quick snapshots with a firearm at close range are the recommended strategy. This approach provides the best chance of neutralizing the threat before it can close the distance. Alternatively, it's wise not to alert them at long range, allowing for a stealthier approach. A sniper rifle can then be employed for precise one-shot kill eliminations. The Berzak is a creepy new monster made with the C virus. It is like a mix between a human and a shark, and its name means rapids in Serbian. With its elongated features reminiscent of a mutated bull shark, the Berzak exudes a predatory aura. Equipped with specialized sensory organs finely tuned to detect water movement, it possesses an uncanny ability to track mobile targets, including humans and other zombies with chilling efficiency. Encountered lurking within the shadowy depths of the ancient catacombs beneath the Tall Oaks Church, the Berzak assumes a sinister role as a Macrobi waste processor. The Tall Oaks facility staff employed its predatory instincts by feeding it computer equipment to obliterate incriminating data, thereby utilizing its terrifying power for their nefarious ends. During their underground encounter, Leon and Helena faced the Berzak tensely. Through the strategic use of their environment, they defeated the relentless adversary by triggering an explosive device, causing a barrel containing inflammable liquids to detonate. The Agroman emerges as a colossal bioorganic weapon forged from the sinister depths of the C virus. These behemoths epitomize brute strength and terror, casting a daunting shadow over all who dare to confront them. Crafted by the hands of Neo Umbrella, the Ogreman signifies enormity, a fitting descriptor for creatures that loom over the battlefield at staggering heights of over 30 feet, dwarfing all in their path. The initial encounter with the Ogreman unfolds amidst the chaos of war in Edonia, where it serves as a formidable weapon against the forces of good. Despite its overwhelming power, the valiant efforts of the heroes managed to repel the onslaught, albeit at a significant cost. Subsequently, another Ogreman makes a chilling appearance aboard a massive ship, threatening to thwart the heroic endeavors of protagonists striving to prevent a cataclysmic missile strike. Through sheer determination and coordinated teamwork, the heroes rally to confront this towering menace, pinpointing its vulnerability, a crimson organ nestled within its chest as a key to its downfall. Thus, they embark on a desperate battle against all odds, and their resolve is unwavering as they strive to bring down this formidable foe and secure victory against the encroaching darkness. Deborah Harper's story is one of tragedy and manipulation within the world of bioterrorism and family ties. She and her sister Helena Harper shared a close bond after the loss of their parents, but Deborah's life took a dark turn when she became involved in an abusive relationship. Helena intervened by shooting Deborah's abuser, drawing the attention of Derek C. Simmons, who abducted them both for his sinister agenda. Deborah became a pawn in Simmons' schemes, used to coerce Helena into assisting with bioterrorism attacks and the assassination of the president. Infected with the C virus, she became the subject of experimentation, but showed no signs of transformation until Leon and Helena discovered her within the depths of the cathedral. Deborah's partial mutation left her unrecognizable to Helena, who was consumed by the virus's effects. Players faced her in a mid-boss battle, confronting her practically invincible humanoid form. Victory required targeting the glowing spots on her tentacles during attacks, adding emotional weight to the realization that they were facing a once ordinary person transformed into a tragic monster. Derek C. Simmons is a big bad guy involved in many bad things, like bioterrorism and power games. He's a shadowy figure who pulls strings behind the scenes while holding a fancy job as the president's national security advisor. Simmons isn't just a government guy, he's also the mysterious leader of a secret group called the Family. He comes from a famous family with ties to the secret group, adding even more mystery to his character. He's good at making things happen how he wants them to. One of Simmons' extensive relationships is with Ada Wong. At first, Simmons liked Ada because she was really good at her job, but they started to disagree, especially during a big disaster in Raccoon City in in 1998. Simmons wanted to destroy the city to hide some secrets, but Ada disagreed and left his company. Simmons is also responsible for making the C-Virus, a powerful bioweapon that caused chaos worldwide. He also caused trouble in Tall Oaks, infecting the president and doing bad things to get what he wanted. As the game progresses, Simmons becomes a creepy monster with tentacles and a red chest. This leads to a big fight between him and the heroes Leon
Resembling
Kennedy and Helena
what he
Harper. Despite
was on
being
the
challenging,
inside.
they managed to beat him in the end. Derek C. Simmons serves as both a living experiment and a lethal adversary, embodying the duality of government officials and shadowy puppet masters. The Carla spores were bizarre manifestations of Carla Rodimus after she infected herself with the enhanced strain of C-Virus. Appearing similar to the real Carla shortly after infection, they represented Carla's growing mental instability. These spores were used by Carla to confront Ada Wong in a more personal manner, as opposed to using her increasingly dehumanized body. If Ada gets too close, the smaller pores will attack with a spray that can cause knockback, while the larger spores will lunge at Ada, and even at one point try to consume her. The Neo Umbrella Havo served as C-Virus-infected members of the family's East Asian paramilitary forces, placed under Carla Rodime's control. They possessed the ability to mutate their bodies at will. They also held in their possession at least 2 aircraft carriers, a high-tech submarine, and several attack helicopters, and used much of their force during the Liansheng bioterror outbreak of 2013. The Neo Umbrella Havo, with a green lens on its mask, has a higher chance of mutating their body parts and transforming into a chrysalid compared to the other ones with red lens. Within the long list of disturbing enemies that fill this game, there are many nightmarish mutations that the Havo enemies can go through. Be sure to stick around as
These remind me of the agents that had their own game. Like, what's his name? What is his name? Let me know what his name is. It's...
mutations are destined to leave a chill down your spine. Glava Bagunak is the term given to a specific form of mutation Havo experience where their head splits in two. As is typical with Havo mutations of this type, Glava Bagunak mutations can be experienced alongside other mutations to the arms and legs. This variant comes from the head as the Havo regenerates damage. 2 different protrusions appear, one resembling the front/head of a cicada, the other containing 2 small hook-like appendages. This type of mutation is very dangerous, as this mutation causes the Havo to enter a berserk state, and will continuously shoot/swing its weapon anywhere it goes. Damaging its arm will mutate it, making its running around much more dangerous. Glavadim is a mutation commonly exhibited by Havo. As with other Havo mutations, Glavadim mutations can be experienced alongside separate mutations of the arms and legs. The Glavadim mutation seems to come from the head. Several protrusions come in place as the Havo regenerates, including something that resembles the stinger and abdomen of a bee. The creature emits a poisonous gas that damages and impairs vision. Glava sluz is the term given to a specific form of mutation the Havo experience, where the head grows an organ to release a sticky substance on enemies. As is typical with Havo mutations of this type, Glava sluz mutations can be experienced alongside other mutations to the arms and legs. This mutation is triggered when the Havo suffers heavy damage to the head. The creature spits a sticky, vicious fluid to constrain the player that can leave them vulnerable to other attacks while they try to free themselves. While the player is freeing themselves from the webbing, Glava sluz begins to use melee moves until you free yourself, in which it tries to spit more acid webbing. To kill this particular creature, the player can either use melee moves constantly or the crossbow if you are on Ada's campaign. You can also use Chris Redfield's knife or a shotgun to the head 3 times from Leon Kennedy. Glava Smek is a particular Havo mutation where the head forms itself into a set of pinchers. This creature is a mutant form of Havo resulting from a particular strain of the C-Virus. Like other similar mutations, the process is triggered when the Havo has sustained significant injury. In this beetle-like form, the Havo's head becomes a large set of mandibles. When it grabs enemies, it will hoist them up in the air with its mandibles and snip the victim in half to be devoured.
Oh, nasty.
The Noga
That
leg
kind of
is one
reminds me
possible
of
for
the scissor zombie from the original Resident Evil 4. He snaps you in half.
Mutation experienced by the Havo. This creature has the appearance of a moth carrying a human being. It is created when the C-Virus triggers further mutation in a Havo's lower torso and legs, resulting in a moth-like body erupting from them with wings and a long-tailed stinger capable of piercing unwary targets. The Havo's upper body remains intact and the individual remains conscious, allowing them to fire upon enemies with weapons.
That's crazy.
The Noga
Actually, I like that
is a term given to a specific mutation the Havo experience, where their leg develops armor plating. This mutation can be experienced alongside other mutations to the head or arm. The legs of the Havo split and expand as they mutate into Noga Agla. This ends with the upper body being carried by a pair of legs covered with an insect-like carapace with some human bones protruding. The new legs enable them to perform powerful jumping kicks that can knock a target down.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I remember that.
Noga Scanine is one possible mutation experienced by Havo. This mutation is focused on the lower part of the Havo's body. As the legs rupture, a new lower body grows in place, resembling an insect's thorax and abdomen, complete with large grasshopper legs that are easily able to carry the weight of the Havo, jumping and kicking people. A side effect of
these people have quite the mindset, huh?
The mutation is that the legs have become more fragile, making them easier to break. The Noga Trene is a term given to a specific form of mutation the Havo experience, where the legs become spider-like. This mutation begins with flesh spouting out of the Havo's back.
Yeah,
A
that
new
was kinda
abdomen
annoying,
and
not gonna
thorax
lie.
resembling that of an insect replaces the legs and leaves the upper body dangling. This form of mutated Havo seems to primarily move and attack by pouncing. Ruka Badem is a C-virus mutation potentially experienced
Oh, that's
by Havo.
cool.
This
Actually,
mutation leads to one of the
that reminds me of Krauser's
transforming
transformation.
into a shield, comparable to a crustacean exoskeleton. Ruka Hatane is another mutation experienced by Havo. This mutation was first encountered by Ada Wong in mid-2013 on board a Neo-Umbrella-controlled submarine. They were later seen in the Chinese city of Langshang by the BSAA. When this mutation is triggered, the joints on a Havo's arm form into a tentacle with a pincer, capable
That's
of reaching
crazy.
long distances to grab a target.
Basically
the tips of
saying,
this tentacle
"Get
serves
over
as the creature's
here."
weak spot. They were also capable of engulfing and killing prey the size of humans. Ruka SRP is yet another mutation experienced by Havo. They were first encountered by the BSAA in the
I don't like
Chinese
that
city
one.
of Langshang. However, this type was not
That's
encountered
disgusting.
in Adonia. This mutation can be identified by its unique form, with a transformation focusing on its arms. In this mutation, the Havo's joints on its arm form a scythe.
Like, it has
They
a
use this to
dumb
slash
arm.
enemies to
Like,
death.
you have dumb
Telo
arms.
Explosia is a mutation that causes a Havo's torso to mutate into the shape of an insect's larva. Its name refers to its use of autolysis, the act of destroying the body by rupturing organs. Just like termites, this mutation is able to rupture its body to cover enemies in a sticky substance.
That looks like a hot dog with a bun. I don't like it.
Mutation experienced by the Havo. With the exception of its scales, this mutation is otherwise identical to pre-mutation Havo. The Havo encases its torso in scales that render its body immune to gunfire, though it is still vulnerable to melee attacks and explosion. This mutation has no specific weak point.
I want a brown.
Telomangla is the last Havo mutation we will be covering. This mutation is a poisonous variant of the Havo. The word Mangla is in reference to the gas it emits. The Havo writhes on ground and sprouts several appendages and what appear to be moth wings, though it is incapable of movement once it is transformed. This mutation will constantly emit poisonous gas until it is destroyed. If left alone for a period of time, the Havo will return to normal and resume attacking the players as before.
What's the point?
Click this video here to find out the disturbing lore.
It didn't tell me necessarily what I wanted to know, really. Especially about Carla and Sim's relationship, but maybe somebody will post and let me know. Let me know what you think about this video down in the comments below. Let me know what other gaming videos you want me to react to, like, subscribe, become a YouTube today, and I will see you guys in live streams eventually. Take care. Learn how to make a brownie. Alright, bye. Thanks for stopping by.